Thank you so much for being here. I don't count it lightly that all of you took out the time to be here today, 6 to 9. That's how long we're going to be together. I have a particular teaching style that I'd like to go by today. This is going to be a long 3 hours, but I'm going to try to make this as painless as possible. We're going to learn and apply. Learn and apply. So if you don't already have, please make sure that you have one of these packets and a nice pen, and we're going to learn some great material and get moving hastily towards that end. Before we do, though, I'd like to know who's in the room. So how many of you presently own businesses? Raise your hand. How many of you desire to own a business? Okay. How many are authors? How many are, let's see, is it authors, it's writers, speakers? Speaker, desire to speak. Great, great. My name is Dr. Eveangel Savage. I am your global research consultant, and I am otherwise known as the evidence-based mobile social support coach. And what that simply means is that I help business owners, authors, writers, speakers to integrate research into your business practices for content. I'm really excited about a lot about how to talk a little bit about target market research. Again, I am Dr. Savage. I am a speaker, social researcher, and educator. Today's objectives: what can you expect and why? Understand the use of research in business, sources that you use in business as well. And they can expect clarity on the following. Resources, how about, we need to know our target market. You must know. 1, why are you doing it? Your mission, right? What are your objectives? Your unique. So we're going to take some time to begin to, because as I said before, I'm sure you're not here to apply what you're learning, right? And come to sessions like this is we often come to sessions, we take so much information, right? Information overload from books we read, from the goal here today is just teaching you to focus that means, okay? So let's use me for example. When you statement, you're going to business. You're in business. How many times have you changed your focus? Let me just start with me. I'll be the first. A gazillion times, right? You start out in business. If you're anything like me, I have 30 years of experience, right? And I decided that I can't get the value that I am worth on a job because I'm not a good fit. So I had to decide to jump the ship to create my own stage. And so that's what I did, right? But in the meantime, I'm thinking, what am I using to develop my stage? And I'm developing my stage, and I've got this skill and that skill and the other skill, and I got so much going on. Thank you so much for joining. And I'm trying to sell it all at one time. You can't sell it all at one time. What is your unique value proposition? That is what we're talking about today. And that is what helped me to develop my mission, my why. What am I doing? Number 1, because I couldn't get the value on my job, I decided to leave and help other people do what I do. Affirm human social value. And remove the glass ceiling of societal norms. So that's what I do, right? I do that because I'm passionate about it. I'm sure there are other people like me out there, and in a minute you're going to meet my person, okay? Some of the objectives that I look at in business are to gain clarity on your business idea. That's my goal. Remove the barriers of integrating research into practice, and seamless process to fuel your business idea. Those are my objectives. You have some too, right? And we're going to begin to look at that and examine that in just a moment. What is your value proposition? Why you and not someone else? That was the question I always got in grad school. My instructors used to say, so what? right? They wanted more. That meant they wanted more. Well, where's the meat? So what? I could do that. So what? Why you and not someone else? Well, I began to think about those phrases as I developed my business, and I began to think about, what do I bring to the table that's unique? I've got 30 years of experience. I can do this, I can do that, and I can do the other. But what's unique about me? The unique thing about me is that I'm a researcher, right? Not everybody likes research. As a matter of fact, most of them hate it, right? So my goal is to make research easy for you, to show you some simplistic ways of looking at the research. There's, like I said, there's nothing new under the sun. And my famous phrase that sustains is, what does the research say about your market? When you know that, you can operate from a place of absolute excellence. Okay. So in knowing all that about myself, my why, my mission, my objective, my value proposition, I was able to put together a really quick elevator pitch. This is going to be my campaign. This is my campaign pitch, and something that you're going to try and develop here today if you do not already have one. Okay? It has to be 2 to 3 sentences, not more than, because we said 30 seconds, right? And then that may change depending on what audience you're in front of, but when you're developing a digital campaign, you want to stick with who are you, why you, and your value, okay? So I am Dr. Savage, your global research consultant, passionately known as the evidence-based mobile social support coach. I help you to integrate research into your business practices for seamless business strategies in a mobile-assisted environment. I pretty much explained my entire function, right? That's what you're going to do tonight. All right, so we're going to pause. It's time to apply, okay? So I want you to pull out your little sheet. It's going to be the first one, the first page of your I Am the Evidence Client Strategy sheet. We're going to pull this out, and we're going to think about your mission, your objectives, your mission, your objectives, and your value proposition, okay? So I want you to take a few minutes, think about who you are, think about why you do what you do, and I want you to create a 1 or 2 sentence mission statement. What problem would you like, based on what you know about you, what problem would you like to solve? Because that's pretty much going to be your mission, the problem that you are solving. So I'm going to give you a few minutes. Oh, she missed the intro. We're in the pause and apply moment. So if you'd like to grab your materials, your iron packet. So, and then what we're going to do, we're going to see who's brave enough to tell me what they wrote down. Your mission statement, 3 objectives, and your value proposition. That simply means why you and not someone else. Think about why you do what you do. That's different from what someone else does in your industry.
Where's the value proposition? Is that on this page?
The value proposition?
I mean, do you write it on, is it in
Oh,
this?
did I not put it?
I don't know.
You said target audience and audience goals. It's there after mission
mission statement.
Yeah, your value proposition. I guess you're gonna have to insert. It looks like I left it all on the
Okay.
page. Guess that's what happens when you're trying to be perfect.
Oh, girl.
Just a few more minutes. And it's okay if you don't have it yet. If you can't, you can just like rough draft, because as we go through this process, you're gonna learn a whole lot more about yourself.
My mission statement has changed, so I'm sticking right.
Oh, did you not know mission statements change the moment you put the ink on the page? That's your blueprint, but it changes. It's ever evolving.
My old one. I was like, oh, it's not that anymore.
Ma'am?
I'm putting on a different hat.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Mhm.
Uh-huh. So your mission statement, 3 things you hope to achieve with your customer, and why you and not someone else. Real simple. It's not that simple to come up with though. It really isn't. So we're going to work through this process. That's why research is so important, because it helps you to uncover these things. Now you're doing a draft, but you're going to come back and redo it. I can guarantee you. If it's too warm in here, just let me know. I'll open the door. One of these doors. Okay, we're just gonna time out and we'll come back. Okay? That was just apply a little bit about what we learned, your mission statement, your objectives, some things you want to help fix with your client in accordance with your mission, and why you and not someone else is your value proposition. You're gonna come back to this in just a minute, okay? We're gonna talk about some of the things that help us decide why we do what we do, and that's your brand research. What are the expectations, memories, stories, and relationships that define who you are? A brand is just that. It's a set of expectations, memories, stories, and relationships that take it all together in account for a consumer's decision to choose one product or service over another, says Seth Godin. I agree, okay? Everywhere you're going to see tonight, you will see my brand. I am the evidence. I am a researcher. I help you to integrate research into your business practices. But that is not all that I am, okay? I am the evidence because of what I've been through, because of my memories, because of my stories, because of the vision under the SBA in a classroom setting. Again, I told you all that I had 30 different, I says, hey, you're a researcher. God bless you to get a PhD. You need to stick to my unique piece. And I remember the dissertation phase. They would always say when we were trying to develop our topic, hello. They would always say, don't make. I struggled a little bit in my dissertation topic. You want to get out of grad school, give us what I knew. Well, when I think about how I developed my brand, I think about the memories I had on the job, in a blue-collar job. I remember while on these jobs and how waiting for me, right? So I'm thinking about all the conversations that people used to have, and you'll get a better job. Well, that wasn't the truth, right? It's not always the truth. And I think about how I was 2 pounds, 6. I went through life and how I would be faced with. I think about the fact that I overcame those things once I learned how to. I went through with the bachelor's and then where we learned the relationships, and now these expectations that I have for other business owners, to your company and your brand. Remember we talked about that value proposition? What you're unique together, and I stopped trying to set down campaign of I am the evidence that sustains. What does the evidence say about your market? So we're going to talk about these: relevance, leverage your brand assets, and clear brand roles. Clear something of my skills. So we have to target message both internally within yourself, in your company, and the more you develop your message, when people see me, they say, oh, that's that evidence lady. Look, I don't understand how to target my market. They're going to say, you need to see Dr. Savage. When you begin, that's what's going to happen. I don't know how many of you heard about there's a strong, there is. It is a social. Okay, small business, either evidence of
Health and fitness.
Of cosmetology.
Okay, what about cosmetology? I need you to go a little bit deeper about your age.
Ability.
Oh, well, that's good right there. Now, he said ability. That was strong right there. So you see where I'm going? It's on a t-shirt. You'll probably say, look, I need one of them. It's a conversation piece. Somebody's going to say, whoa, what's that with the I am the evidence? What's that all about? What he do? Just do it. Please just do it. Right? Don't procrastinate. Do what today, why put off today, tomorrow, what you can do today. Just do it today. Confused buyers don't buy. Be clear of the brands. Create, and you know what? Can I sponsor you? What part you want to sponsor? In this region, that region, this city, that city, what country? I'm going to give you pieces of it, right? So when you develop a brand, you get to synergize with all of those influencers who are likely looking at you. Say, hey, that's going somewhere. I need a piece of that action. I could use that. Right? The evidence of business startups. What you say, watch what you say. The words of what you evidence that words are powerful. You heard what I said. Words are powerful. Her phrase that sustains is
What you say?
what you say. What you say matters. Because words are okay. How relevant? So that brands will be in place that will provide visibility and credibility for offerings in existing and target product markets, right? Nike. Let's go to Nike. I love Nike. Especially if you got a big name. Not Michael Jordan, because I don't buy into that, but y'all might. But think about the major leagues and the individuals who they try to get to wear their products. Relevance. They're a shoe manufacturer. So they're going to target those people who are going to best represent their brand, right? And they're going to sponsor them because those big names are going to get out there and shoot those 3-pointers, and they wearing that Nike gear, right? Synergy, relevance, differentiation, which is the distinction. Distinction is the key to a strong brand. That just goes back to your value proposition. That one's really simple. Platform. platform. Select the product platform that will be the basis of a healthy business going forward. Today we have social media. We have brick and mortar. We've got classrooms. We've got colleges. We've got communities. We've got organizations. We've got states, cities, governments. We've got countries. We've got continents, right? I want you guys, whatever you think about your potential, to think about that are extended into new product markets. There you go. Endorsers, like I would think I am the evidence is the master brand. Master it.
Because when they say it, you're going to say what you
Just read. Please write your plan. Figure out your value prop. So that was just using Nike, for example. Okay? Like I started out with the name of my company is Audacity out of the book of Ezekiel. My colors are blue and gold. If you notice that when I